for the second to make sure it's right indeed. This is going to be RiuT's home map though, so let's take a look at what it is. Looks very much like Rooster. Indeed, it's going to be Rooster. I think the spectator is waiting for you to launch the game as well. Here we go, Rooster Vikings War. No huge surprise right there. It uses to be like this. And let's start taking a look at the maps. And as I've learned from my co-casting with Nilford, most important thing on water maps, especially on fast rush water maps, is deer and water distance. Water distance seems perfect for RiuT. You can actually choose to go left or right here, and the deer are in a very nice spot. There's nothing blocking them between here and the TC. Gold, well, gold is good, nice spot. Wood as well, berries even nicer. I guess the board is not ideal, but all in all, very good map, Nilford.
Yeah, the board on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side is quite a bit behind the forest. I think he will have to
this one, there's no chance he can do it without loom.
I think he will have to use his scout there.
The scout, yeah. Indeed. I don't think he wants to risk it doing it with loom. I guess this board, if you're lucky enough, you could actually attack him here from behind the forest, even though he probably won't follow you too much from there. That might be
true. You're trying to get the first hit over here, and then going down with your villager over here, getting the second hit, and then running back into the
Let's see if that is going to happen. Would be quite surprising, but we'll have to see. This is a perfect deal already. Looked like. I don't know why he's not shooting the deer down.
Because he wants to finish his sheep.
Finish the sheep. I would still have shot it down and only done get it. But anyway, perfect lure.
Perfect timing, perfect positioning.
Perfect lure. If it was me, which is not, of course, I would have shot it straight away and then moved the villagers. But RiuT is very confident in his skills, of course. Was able to perform a perfect lure, something that Yo was able to pull off here as well. And him as well. Looks like he's got quite similar map when it comes to deer and water. The water does seem to be a little bit further away than it is for RiuT, but the deer seem to be very close. Only 3, though, as far as I can see.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that as well. It feels like only having 3 against having 4, and those are pretty lureable, so they will most likely get all those deer into the TC, not using the sheep. So I think we will see a small advantage for RiuT going into this feudal age, having to have like 1 or 2 sheep more than Yo.
Well, let's take a look at that. First villager on the way, first boar on the way. And looks like RiuT will try to do this board lure. Yeah, so unlucky for him. Look, the board is even starting to move back. So looks like he will concentrate on the scout to try to block the path of the boar, make sure he does not lose the villagers, something players like to do very much.
Yeah, absolutely, that's going to happen. Let's see if he is going into the
way. Yeah, he's not even going to need it, I've got the feeling. Anyway, he's using it. There. Perfect, not getting too much ahead of it.
Getting 1 hit.
1 hit, looks like he will be maybe 1 more hit, and that's it. No, perfect at the same time, luring another deer. Very, very nicely done here. Perfect Dark Age. These guys love perfection. The dock is on the way. Well, looks like we've got deep fish right here and right here. What about for Mr. Yo? Mr. Yo's got such a nice deep fish. 1 tile away from the dock. Perfect for him. He was able to lure all the deer. Only 1 is left to get collected on 100 food. I'm trying to take a look where the second boar is. It's not going to be a problem whatsoever for him. Very close to the TC. Both players having quite perfect dark ages.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted, just thought about a thing. If we are keeping up with this format, and obviously we will, you only kind of need to win against Yo on Arab and all the water maps, because if you once lead 1-0, and you will always win against the water if you are able to.
And will he lose the board? He will need perfect.
Not the greatest
he pulled off the wrong villager, unfortunately for him. But anyway, the board is not too bad. He will be able to get the house done. That cost him a couple of seconds, though. I do feel like, hopefully for him, not too major. Going back to RiuT's point of view, he's waiting for 1 or 2 more villagers. Will be able to do the loom and then go up. Wants to make sure that the other deer are on the way under his TC. It looks like the sheep are blocking them a little bit, though.
But still good lure, obviously, having short walking distances, and you only don't need to drop like several times. All those villagers can carry quite a lot, so you just get back to the GC once. and
Loom at roughly the same time.
Roughly,
1 second,
indeed.
second difference. And that means both players will be aiming to click up just after the loom is completed. Looks to me like Yo will be able to do that with no problem. He should have enough to go up. Here we go, one more villager. Up is Yo. What about RiuT?
Now dropping the fruit.
What
from the
about
deers, but it could
RiuT?
have been earlier. As you can see, 29 extra food, and this not even dropping food from the fishing ship there. So it could have been a bit earlier. And Mr. Yo, I think for the first time ever, a Chinese guy is having the faster uptime than the not Chinese guy.
Well, you might be right.
And it's the perfect timing, obviously, having this in the consolation finals.
Yeah, perfect for him indeed, and the times are incredibly fast, and that's roughly a 7-minute 30 click. Incredibly fast up times here for the players. Perfect build orders, incredibly nice done. Let's try to take a look at what is Yo doing here on his base. Still didn't send any villagers to gold. This is something that quite puzzles me. When are players supposed to send villagers to gold?
Well, you're trying to get those 2 lumber caps up earlier. Obviously, you only need 24 gold, have already 50, so those 2 galleys will always get out without any more problems. So you need to have extra 32 gold, or actually 28 gold, before you're trying to get the 3rd galley out.
Alright, that's explained right there. The mining camp is on the way. I wonder why is he running back with that villager. Maybe he does not feel like he will be able to drop a 3rd dock straight away. It looks like he was hoping to get the feudal advantage here. Indeed, he was the first one to get the field of RiuT. Still not there, so he's going to lose the scout and saves it at the very last second.
Wow. Did you see what RiuT did there? Because he knew if he just went back, he would not get a good fight, and then waited for Feudal Age to just run back there and do as much damage as he could before reaching Feudal Age.
Let's take a look at Yo. Yo struggling to get a 3rd duck right there. RiuT is on the way to make his 4th sometime. Will be able to get the scout. There are not enough villagers under the TC.
Nice.
Lucky for him, actually saves it. Still struggling to get the 3rd dock down. He does have the resources, cannot decide himself between completing the house or making the dock. Hopefully that's not going to cost him the game right there.
And he needed the dock. Look at this, 25 out of 35. So absolutely getting more docks is more important than having the house there, because he would not have been out. But he might get a snipe of the fishing ship going down to 20 HP. Only 2 more hits would have been enough.
Would be good for him. Wasn't quite able to do so, and because he's only on 2 docks, is not able to pull out a 3rd galley, which RiuT of course was able to do. And probably now this would be the perfect time for him to try to get a galley right there. And Mr. Yo trying to go back and finish the job. Not quite able to do that. Needs to take a couple of turns. He's got 3 on the way. RiuT will be having more units on the way to the 4th dock as well. What about Mr. Yo? Mr. Yo is still not able to make a 4th and does not have enough resources. RiuT is able to snipe the 1st galley. Nice job here by RiuT. Nicely done. And he's still got 3 back on his base. I would assume that he will be bringing them in as fast as possible.
Yeah, Yo going for 4th fishing ship against the 3rd only of RiuT, and RiuT having 4 dock up and running, having 6 war galleys against, or not war galleys, galleys just for now, against only the 3 out, and kind of fighting of Yo, but not fighting at all. Actually, he's running and will lose a lot of food, and maybe even the villager, because he's very exposed. Ooh. And he's denying the 4 stock.
So be hard. No, he saves it. He saves it for now. And what's the thought behind that, Nilford? Why 4 and not 3, or why 3 and not 4?
Yeah, obviously, if you go for 3, your 3rd galley will be earlier. But if you have 4 and you don't have to fight with the first 3 galleys, you have the better eco and will get up better villager production and earlier castle age.
In this case, seems like it was a very risky thing to do for Mr. Yo.
Well, obviously, it's very tough to judge that, because the distance isn't very well. You don't know how long the distance is to see, basically. And now it feels like Yo is a bit overextending. If RiuT is going more to the top and coming with all his army from the back.
Yeah, he might just get a fishy boat right here, but he does not suspect where it's coming from the behind. Indeed, RiuT is there with the rest of his army, trying to make a trap here. He indeed will succeed with that, and this means that Yo could be in a very tough situation here. The only thing left for him to do is to try to snipe the fishing boats, because this looked to me like RiuT will be able to clean most of this army.
Yeah, but not the perfect surround there. Only killing 2 galleys, actually doing some damage is okay. Look at the military count though.
Yeah, heavily, very heavily in favor of RiuT. I guess RiuT was also at the same time worried that he would lose the fishing boats, so he was microwing those as well. He won't have much of a trouble of finishing the job here, though Yo does not seem to be quite concentrated here, taking so many wrong turns in my opinion. Yet another. He's really not doing this very well, and RiuT just about to finish the job. The advantage is overwhelming when it comes to the military at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't see what Yo can really do to come back on water, but I did say that about the game Jordan against Jinghua yesterday as well, and we saw a huge comeback there, so spoiler alert if you want to see the prediction, but let's take a look at the right-hand side.
I see a couple of villagers going in here for Yo. But look at RiuT, so smart, so proactive, making sure that he will be able to spot this land from Mr. Yo. The only thing there's left for him to do, try and snipe the fishing boats here from RiuT. He's able to do one. Not quite able to see the second one. I will go into the point of view of RiuT, making sure he can actually see this. He can see this clearly. I'm not sure if he realizes it, but in fact he could see this. Yo trying to be sneaky about this. Maybe that was just about enough for him to hide from RiuT. Even though RiuT definitely saw it. He's sending in the scout to try to spot that. Here we go. He's able to see this on time. That means the water will be under his control. He's got fletching. Mr. Yo only now finishing it. The numbers on the water are not very promising for Mr. Yo here, and the landing will unfortunately probably suffer the same fate once that RiuT was able to spot it.
Yeah, now he has to decide if he wants to get stonewalls up or if he wants to get into the skeleton defense, and he decides to go for a kind of weird stone walls indeed. Yeah.
Quite weird. Well, hopefully that will be fast enough for him, while Mr. Yo is still chasing away the villager from RiuT, losing a little bit of time. Going for this wall means he will still need to go over here to finish it.
Yeah, and RiuT winning the water, but not clearing up every galley, and some galleys now even coming to snipe RiuT's fishing ship, as you can see if you look at the docks of
I guess he's got enough to wait.
Yep,
he's got enough there to wait, and this is what I feared. He's not going to be able to completely close it, because he went for quite weird walls right there indeed.
Yeah, he will try to wall a bit more behind.
Who is the wolf trying to attack the villager from RiuT? Even worse, it's not going to work for him. He needs to try and close here. Will that be on time? Yes, okay, good job for him. Still a little bit more left to close right there at the top.
I don't like the choice of a barracks. Just stonewall there. Be super safe. Just focus on pure, beautiful defense, and not try to build like vulnerable, important buildings there.
I guess at some point he will try to stonewall at the back. He still needs to try and take on this gap right here at the north. Now that he's got a gate, he feels safe to just try to kill the wolf first, and then he'll be quite safe to try and get this barracks finished. A bad thing for him, Yo's got a couple of villagers there. He will try to be taking down the barracks.
Yeah, and RiuT is then still open. How is RiuT trying to do this defense? He already has a barracks, so building a barracks there isn't necessary. Just building, oh no, and I don't see this walls finishing, to be honest. He even will be trying to speed wall those, and
once
he will
more, it's sort of weird to me. Why are these walls taking place right here?
Let's see if RiuT walled down.
Yeah, he can wall just right here, and that would be nice, or just leave a couple of galleys there. I guess that will be enough. These walls are looking good. Looks like it will be able to completely finish them. A tower is going... No, it's an outpost, not a tower. It's going to be up here for Mr. Yo. And do bear in mind that he still actually needs to complete the gate over there as well.
I don't like the defense upgrade for Mr. Yo now, because he will not fight with his archers at all. So I'd rather see him getting castle age a bit earlier. Let's see about the fruit counts and who's getting castle first.
Yeah, Mr. Yo is still quite far away. RiuT, of course, a little bit closer. This tower is even worse, in my opinion. I sort of understand what he's trying to do. He wasn't able to scout everything, but a tower here in this gap would be maybe a little bit better.
Well, he's trying to get in, not trying
I
to
understand, but it's going to take such a long time, isn't it? And in the meanwhile, RiuT can easily close behind. Castle Age being researched by RiuT. Mr. Yo so far away needs to actually drop a lot of farms in order to get that food production coming. just lost all of his fish very early into the game.
And RiuT now reproducing his healthy, soon-to-be healthy fishing ship count, so that will help him out.
Take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. A transport ship on the way as well. And those archers are going to be transported into the island of Mr. Yo. And I do see a couple more fishing boats right there. There's a transport
ship prepared already for Mr. Yo as well.
Is there any spot where you could actually land? I guess you could try to go around here. That is quite actually the only.
It's still open. He does. Oh, and he's building another transport ship. But the funny thing is, Yo thinks, okay, RiuT will be fine to wall this. Oh, even some villager snipes there.
Yeah, it looks like the galleys were able to stop this for a while. So RiuT does need to make sure that landing takes place quite fast. I guess this could be the chance for RiuT to just try to snipe down the transport ship. I'm not sure he will be able to do that. Nope.
Do so. So Yo reacting quite nicely and will be able to do some damage on the land of RiuT.
Well, let's see if that is indeed going to happen. RiuT wants to make sure there's no way to get inside his base.
On the wrong side of the house.
Villagers getting a little bit bugged right there, but this is why I didn't like that tower very much. Look how long it takes for 2 villagers to actually take down those stone walls.
Yeah, 2 villagers, only 3 archers, and now RiuT is getting in the offensive side.
Yeah,
soon we'll have +2 attack, Expo upgrade, and I think Yo will lose some villagers for sure.
He will lose a couple of villagers. I can see that coming. Mr. Yo on the way to Castle Age, but bad thing for him, RiuT is going to get there before he actually manages to get to Castle Age. On the other hand, looks like he is quite safe here at the left side. I don't know, maybe RiuT will just land a couple of crossbows somewhere around here, and that will actually be able to kill a whole lot of villagers.
No, I think RiuT will have troubles finding a very sweet spot because the build-up kind of surprisingly, or maybe, surprisingly, I think.
This tower?
And
what
luckily,
about this tower?
Well, he doesn't want RiuT to get in there, and that would be one of the sweet spots. But I think RiuT will not find a sweet spot, getting 1 villager kill for now, but I think he will not get much more.
Yeah, I was hoping for him to go around here, sort of park his army here or
obviously
here.
He does not see anything of the map because obviously on Rooster you don't have too much intel about the bases of your enemy.
Spot on once more, indeed. He couldn't see that there was actually a nice spot to go from there. Taking a look at the water fights, looks like RiuT, even not upgrading to War Galley, will still be able to clear what Mr. Yo's got here on water, which, to be fair, is still not a whole lot.
Oh, interesting redock by Mr. Yo there, trying to use the whole map. Mr. Yo now reaching Castle Age as well, so let's see what he is deciding to do. Maybe build some skirmishes for defense.
Or Siege Workshop. I'm expecting to see a Siege Workshop.
Should be in front to put on some more pressure and not trying to defend him.
I just heard one from RiuT being completed, and indeed, it is so close to Mr. Yo. A nice job by RiuT going all the way around and being sneaky about this. It looks like Yo is going to rely on skirmishers to do the job, but skirmishers and a Siege Workshop as well. I do wonder about the placement. That means you won't really have a chance to make a TC right there. Something that
you might even have the weird scenario that the Mangonel is coming out at the wrong side, being trapped.
Oh boy, yeah, oh boy, that wouldn't be good at all for him. The Mangonel is on the way. Let's take a look at Mr. Yo's military. Yeah, the problem for him, the archery ranges are so far away. He does not seem to have any other right here.
And look at the food count of Mr. Yo. 1,000 without any gold and 500 wood, not getting his resource on the map, and not the best eco balance as well.
Well, let's see if this attack is going to do anything decent here on Mr. Yo's economy. One skirmisher is down. The Mangonel is there to try to take care of the TC. Going to take a look at what's happening here. Yeah, the War Galley upgrade is there for RiuT. That means there's no chance for Mr. Yo to come back on water at this point.
Yeah, look at the count of the villages.
Whoops. Nice job by Mr. Yo. Nice job. The Mangonel is down, and RiuT is really not looking at this. He's going to lose a whole lot of crossbows. If he keeps just ignoring this, the Mangonel might be there to save the day. Mr. Yo microing this like a pro indeed. Manages to dodge the shot. Delivers a second, maybe now could lose it.
Oh, and even saving the villagers there. Beautiful micro by Mr. Yoda. Really showing that there is no lag at all and he can use it properly.
Perfectly done so far. It looks like he will be all right for the time being here. At the same time, looks like he will maybe be trying to drop something right here. What is that going to be? A TC? making the second TC on enemy territory. This is quite an ambitious way of playing. He's got a ram right here. We'll try to ram down the walls. I do wonder why not right there, where the walls are so low.
Most likely because war galleys are pretty close, so he will not be able to pass there anyways.
Once more, thank you for that. That is most likely going to be the reason. RiuT making sure that he will just completely clear everything that EO has got here on the land. The archery range is just about to go down right there. In the meanwhile, let's try to understand what's happening here on the left side. Looks like RiuT just lost everything he's got.
Nice defense there by Mr. Yo, and I like the TC, the second TC of Mr. Yo at the top of RiuT's base, not planning to lose this forward at all.
Yeah, looks like not. And this mangonel could actually be able to deliver a couple of very nice shots right here. One villager goes down. Looks like the rest of them is going to be safe. And RiuT coming in with 2 crossbows. This is going to be so hard. Needs to move a little bit back. Yes, okay. Looks like he will keep them alive for the time being, but there's no chance to stop the villagers from completing the TC.
Yeah, those TC will go up. Yo now researching the axe and the food upgrade. So he will go into the nice eco, and he's ahead by 6 villagers. So at the moment, Yo is having the better economy.
Quite surprising. We do need to keep in mind that RiuT, of course, has got a couple of fishing boats, something that Mr. Yo is completely lacking at this time. I would hope to see RiuT actually adding a couple of fishing boats.
Yeah, I think like 5 is nice, but he could easily have like 12.
But look at what's happening here. Looks like RiuT is switching slowly but surely into knights and monks. I do like this a lot, especially considering that EO is so open. He's researching the armor upgrades. So far, there's not a single one done. But once those armor upgrades are done, he could actually be able to take a couple of kills right here.
Nice walls by RiuT, saving his gold villagers and his stone villagers, completely walling, having 2 towers there, not needing to send his villagers back to the TC. Good reaction time.
So far, Mr. Yo defending like a pro. That's indeed what's happening here. The ram is going to try and make his way inside RiuT's base. RiuT seemed to be expecting this. No, he will try to take down the mangonel first, as he considers the mangonel to be a bigger threat. It just barely avoids the first hit.
1 HP only?
The 1 HP was just enough to save him. He does need to get a villager right there to try and repair it. Otherwise, that could be really dangerous. And at this point, Mr. Yo has got a free way into RiuT's base.
Yeah, let's think about how this game develops. No, let's take a look at this rating first. Maybe some converts, no, but some mangonel hits. RiuT won the water quite early and quite easily, but Yo still got into a big game now. Being very scrappy, losing some expos here, but that's not too important. But still, Yo is in the game. He has mangonels up, he has TCs up, he has the same amount of villagers, he has some map control.